All right, YouTube, we're going to do something I have never done. I'm going to do an unboxing. This came in the mail today, and if you guys have seen my other videos, you're going to laugh because I bought something and ordered it. So at any rate, we'll go ahead and open it, and then we'll get to the humorous part. So, most important one, favorite little knife. Well, my father gave me. It's sharp too. In case you guys are ever wondering if I keep all my knives that sharp, that's... You can shave with this one. No reason it shouldn't. So what we've got here is something that I purchased because after getting rid of something else, I realized I kind of missed it. I ordered another Chris Reeves Sebenza. Now, if you remember, I had the 25, and you can see this is not the 25, this is the large Sebenza 21. I had the 25, and I did like it. It was, you know, it was a decent knife. I didn't like the way the grip felt, and I think that's part of the reason it spent so much time in safe. My old 21, the only reason I stopped carrying it was I had other knives that were in the rotation, and then I got rid of it. And when I took that 25 in trade, I was like, that's a nice knife, and I gave it to that young man who had purchased the counterfeit because I wasn't going to carry it. And I realized why. It had a couple hot spots. It just did not feel the same way. So you saw my video about this. Now, this is not the same packaging that my old 21 came in. It was a different box. It was a little bit different. So I think I was kind of basing my 25 review on it, and I did say that on the 25 that the bushings are a different size. They're not a different size. They're actually it's cut for the lock bar. But on the 21 they are a different size. So I apologize if I spoke out of turn. Here is an actual Chris Reeves card that you will get that is written. And it's a lot different than what you saw, the light blue. Comes with all your paperwork. You get a Chris Reeves sticker. You get the registration card that looks correct. You get the famous blue towel. I don't know what to do with my first one. I don't know what the second one, the guy kept it, and I told him he'd keep it, you know. But I don't know what to do with my first one. So now I have another Chris Reeves towel. And with all Chris Reeves knives, you get the knife. Man, it's smooth. Light. So you get the knife. The amazing Chris Reeves Sebenza 21. That's the way the detent should feel. No play in this, like with that counterfeit. I mean, there's a little bit, not like it was. That's smooth. The grease. And your tool for taking it apart. So, I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one. I sold the other one. It had some years and some use and some mileage. And like all Chris Reeves, talking about companies that do proper sharpening, there's only a couple knives I've ever owned that edge didn't immediately come right back off. And oh my goodness, I have got a Chris Reeves with a misgrind. I mean, I can live with it. It's not like it's a rolled edge. It's just misground. That's a first. But you know, the first time I sharpen it, I'll line that edge up, and it takes time. I've had other high-end knives that come with a misgrind, but that incredibly smooth action that you get from that pivot bushing. Now, looking at the markings and seeing the prop, as a matter of fact, I will edit it out, but I'm going to go get it right now. Now, I don't know how clear this is going to come across on video, but if you can see the difference, first of all, in the shape. See if I can get this to a little bit different shape on these two, but this one is cut much deeper. When you look at the titanium, that bead blasted titanium, it feels different. It's got more grippiness. Like I said, if you look at how much play there is back and forth in that, compared to there's a little bit at the tip, not the whole thing. The way the blade thins properly and comes to a point, as opposed to, and like I said, I did sharpen it. It's so blunt. It's so blunt on this one. Yeah, the way the thumb stud looks, everything about this is correct. So I ordered this from Knife Art. I had a pretty good week, couple weeks of knife sharpening and things like that. I took my little break, and then I kind of jumped right back into it, but I didn't kill myself to do it. I was able to do the same amount of work with less stress because I actually kind of spread it out. I wasn't trying to do it all in one day or anything like that. So when you do it that way, I mean, I still get the same amount of knives out. I'm not going to do, I think I'm going to add on when people send emails, that if they want a next day turnaround, like they want the knife back in the mail the next day, I may do it, but there'll be an additional charge because I make my wife and kid miserable by staying up late at night trying to do 12, 13 knives in a night, you know? I mean, financially it's good, but I mean, I money can't buy happiness. Was it? I said money can't buy happiness, but it'll buy a ski-doo. You ever seen somebody frowning on a ski-doo? But so at any rate, no, just a quick unboxing. I did purchase. I guess I just couldn't. This is so much more comfortable. The 25. That 25 has hot spots. Even, I mean, these are basically. It's basically the same thing. Especially right here. If you look, the 25, and I'm using. Yes, this is that counterfeit, but it's basically the same, exact same shape. It cuts in. See how? I mean, it's not much. That little gap right there. But it's just enough that 25 right there at that, you can definitely feel the difference. Yeah, it digs into your hand because you're further back. And I came to the conclusion I didn't like that second finger choil in there. It's just, it doesn't feel the same. And I'm sure I would have gotten used to it, but I remember how this felt, and I was kind of, like I said, don't get me wrong, that 25 is a really nice knife, and I know a lot of people really like them. But, you know, I guess I'm just a Sebenza 21 guy. So I was going to try and make it up to, I can't find my Dremel. I'm going to take the Chris Reeves marks and the Idaho made knife and maybe put void. This is probably going to stay and be used to open packages and stuff like that. Maybe stay in the garages for cutting a line and things like that. But in no way, shape, or form would I ever carry it. So I figured I would do my first unboxing since I met the mailman as I was coming home from work today. It's, you know, just like it's smooth now, and just like that 21 that I had before, it's just going to smooth out over time. So knifeart.com got this to me. Let's see. We're not going to get into what I made, but I made enough that I still have money left over in the last week or so, and was able to get this. And I ordered it, I want to say I ordered it Monday, and it is now Wednesday, and I have my knife in hand. So knifeart.com did a pretty good job of getting it to me. Another thing that I didn't say anything about when I did my comparison, and to throw this in there, and like I said, I made a mistake about the bushings. Now, these bushings are not perforated like they are on a 25. The lanyard. If you see the lanyard, and I asked the kid, I was like, did you change the lanyard? Even the fact that the tips aren't even the same. I mean, it's poorly done at best. I mean, if you're going to fake it, you could do a better job. No, you shouldn't. As a matter of fact, do a worse job. I'm tired of seeing these counterfeits. I had a guy comment on one of my YouTube videos about that knife manufacturers are everybody's guilty, that they sell their CAD files to the counterfeiters. I don't know if I'm answering back to that remark. And he made some remarks about the military. If you know anything, like I said, if you know me on my videos, I joined the military when I was 17 years old. I still work for the government. I still work for the military. I work on board the naval installation. I don't necessarily agree with the things that are put on my page, but YouTube is an open forum. So if you read that comment, that they provide. I don't think that they do, because I've heard some of the knife makers talk about how much they despise counterfeit knives. Chris Reeves even went to the point where he put on his website the link to American Knife and Tool on how to report counterfeit knives. And as a matter of fact, I did. I reported a seller. That seller is no longer on Amazon at all. I looked for the at least selling counterfeits. I looked for the things that he typically was selling, and I didn't see any of them. So yeah, I don't have a username for that. It was question with a skull, but you know, I appreciate you remarking on the page. He also commented on the fact that John Grimsmo is a nice enough guy that he will reply to a user like me that has only 12 subs. So, I mean, and I told him in the response, you know, John will reply to everyone if you give him enough time. He's a busy guy. If you tag him, I got my response because I sent him a link in Instagram to my video, because I mentioned him specifically to thank him. You know, not like I said, not so much for the content of the video, but the fact that it made me think. So, yeah, 11 minutes. We'll cut this one here in just a second. Like I said, just wanted to do a quick unboxing. Never done one. So, like I say, if you enjoy my videos, let me know. If you don't enjoy my videos, let me know. I would really like to have more subscribers. I've got a couple videos that, you know, have over 100 views, but you know, I'm just starting this. I had a YouTube, like I said, a YouTube channel before, so and I took it down, and I only had a few videos on that. So, all right, YouTube, you guys have a good evening, and I'm gonna wait for my daughter and wife to get home and spend some time with them. Take it easy.